Sawadee-kap, hello and welcome to Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha. Today is our group learning program, and I'm in part 4 of a 4-part series where I've been helping students to build up their loving kindness meditation practice. I'm going to be doing loving kindness meditation with you guys, and then I'm going to open up to any and all questions that you guys have after our meditation. The way that we do this meditation is we start with some chanting to ease us into the meditation. I'm going to come in with some guidance for breathing mindfulness because we just do a little bit of that at the beginning. Then I'm going to come back in with the guidance for loving kindness meditation. We're going to go back to breathing mindfulness meditation and then back to the chanting. It's kind of like a loving kindness sandwich where you've got loving kindness in the middle, the lettuce and tomatoes like the breathing mindfulness meditation, and then the bread holding it all together, that's the chanting. So we're going to do this meditation together, and then you guys will have an opportunity to ask any and all questions that you like. Keep in mind, this meditation isn't to change other people or invoke any kind of special powers or anything like that. This is to transform your mind away from anger, hatred, ill will, and all the lesser versions like frustration, agitation, annoyance, animosity, bitterness, resentment. Even the slightest little dislike will be eliminated from the mind where you don't dislike other people. Right now, you might have that because there are certain expectations in your mind. And if people meet those expectations, you like them. But if they don't meet your expectations, you will dislike them. And that's coming from one's own mind, where oftentimes people think it's coming from other people. It's actually coming from your own mind. So this meditation is going to help you with those kinds of things, as well as help you to eliminate any kind of negative self-talk or diminishing, degrading inner dialogue that you have within your own mind. So if you like to take a position, either seated, lying, or standing, these work really well with loving kindness meditation. We don't do the loving kindness meditation in the walking position, but you're welcome to take any of these other positions that'll work out really well for you. And you're welcome to join in the chanting as well. And then I'll come back in with the guidance to help you. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavanang Apivateyami Savakato Bhagavata Tammo Dhammang namasami Supatipano bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Saṅghang namami Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vicacaranang sammuno Sakatoro kawitu Anutero purisa Dhamma sati satatawa manusanang Bhutto Bhagavati. Okay, with the lower body and hands and arms comfortable, and the upper body erect, just close the eyes And start breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Here you're just looking to establish the breath. A nice, natural, steady, consistent breath. Not forced or controlled, just a gradual inhale through the nose, experiencing the full breath. And then whenever you're ready, exhale out through the nose. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Your breath may not match up with the guidance that I'm providing, and that's okay. This is your practice. I'm just here for guidance. You can use this voice as a reminder that whenever you get to the next inhale, breathing gradually through the nose, developing a nice, natural, steady, consistent breath. And then whenever you're ready, exhale out through the nose, experiencing the full breath. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. With the breath well established, start fixating the mind on the breath. Either the sound of the breath coming into the nose or the sensation of air moving over the skin into the nose. The breath is the present moment. Fixate the mind on the breath, the present moment. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. With the mind fixated on the breath, whenever you notice that it moves off the breath, cut that off, let it go, and come back to the breath, the present moment. No need to observe the thought, label it, judge it, analyze it, or even try to figure out where it's coming from. Whenever you notice that the mind is moved off the breath, cut that off, let it go, and come back to the breath, the present moment. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. I'm going to be quiet now and let you do this work of focusing on the breath, cutting off and letting go anytime the mind moves off the breath. Then I'll be back with more guidance on loving kindness meditation. You have nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. No one needs you right now. This is your time to focus on the breath. Breathing in and out. Continuing to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Repeat these phrases in the mind on the out breath. May I be peaceful. May I be safe. May I be well. May I be free of all discontentedness in the suffering that it causes. May mom and dad be peaceful. May they be safe. May they be well. May they be free of all discontentedness in the suffering that it causes. May my family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers all be peaceful. May they be safe. May they be well. May they be free of all discontentedness and the suffering that it causes. May all those who have harmed me be peaceful. May they be safe. May they be well. May they be free of all discontentedness and the suffering that it causes. May all those who I have harmed be peaceful. May they be safe. May they be well. May they be free of all discontentedness and the suffering that it causes. May all beings, wherever they reside, be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings be well. May all beings be free of discontentedness in the suffering that it causes. Now return back to breathing mindfulness meditation, focusing on the breath, cutting off and letting go anytime the mind moves off the breath. Breathing in and out. สัมมาสัมพุทโธมหาเขวาพุทธังมหาเขวันหังอภิวาเทมิสวากขาโตมหาเขวัตตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมสสามิสุปฏิปันโนมหาเขวัตโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนามามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะอิติปิโสมหาเขวาอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธวิจาจารนังสัมมุโนสกขาโตโรกาวิโตอนุเตโรปุริสาดัมมาสติสัตตาตวามนุสรังโอโตภะคะวะติ Okay, if you guys would like to slowly make your way out of meditation. Once again, welcome to everyone. Nice to see everyone in class today, whether you're joining through Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom, or maybe you're watching or listening to this on the replay. Welcome to everyone. What I'm going to do is just open up to any and all questions that you guys might have. You can put those into Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom in the comment section, and I'll be able to see those. Or you can raise your hand electronically, and I'll be able to call you on you in Zoom. You can unmute your microphone and then ask any and all questions that you like that way. So it looks like Robert has a question. Go ahead, sir.
Hi. So when I'm doing loving kindness meditation, my mind often goes off the meditation, and I know it's helpful to sort of recalibrate myself and come back. But do I take the time to do more breath work before I start the loving kindness again? Or what's the best way to sort of re-engage?
Yeah, so if you've done the breathing mindfulness already at the beginning, and say you're like doing your phrases and you kind of forget where you're at, you could do just a little bit more breathing mindfulness right there, just to kind of like recalibrate the mind, as you say, and then just start over with the phrases, whether it's starting all the way at the beginning, which you don't have to do necessarily, or you can just start over where you remember that you ended. So if you ended, at the second or third or fourth phrase, you could just start right there and then continue on in your meditation from that point forward.
Okay. I do have another question, unless somebody...
Yeah, go for it. You can ask any and all questions you like.
So also when I'm doing, I find that when you teach the loving kindness, it's a lot slower in terms of like I have an extra breath in between each of the statements. Is that a better path than doing it more quickly with each breath in and out?
Yeah, it really helps to soak into the mind the loving kindness. And what I'm doing is once I start, the beginning of a ring, like may I be peaceful, I'm breathing out on that may I be peaceful. And then I take a really nice gradual slow breath in, and then I say may I be safe. So that is one breath cycle for me. But
Mhm.
not everybody has slowed their breath down to that degree. But you would like to be able to do that, kind of have a nice, slow, steady pace. And then in between rings, I'm taking an extra breath cycle. So when I say, may I be free of all discontentedness and the suffering it causes, I'm breathing out on that statement. Then I'm going to breathe in. Then I'm going to breathe out again. Then I'm going to breathe in. And then I start the next ring. May mom and dad be peaceful. So each of us are going to have a different volume of air that we take into our lungs because that's impermanent. But if you can have a similar pace, excuse me, if you can have a similar pace where it's a nice, slow, gradual, steady breath, this is going to be more helpful for you for your breathing mindfulness meditation and your loving kindness meditation because your mind with craving, desire, attachment is going to tend to be very rapid and very fast. It's going to be go, 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 go. That's the way the mind wants to go through the world. So if your mind's fixated to your breath and your breath is kind of shallow and rapid, your mind's going to keep staying that way. Go, 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 go. But if you can slow down the breath and then your mind is fixated to that, it'll actually slow your mind down so that way your mind can actually think through its decisions in day-to-day life. You have more thought, you can bring forth your wisdom better, and now your mind's just going to function so much better that way. Oftentimes people think slowing down is going to be less productive, but it's actually just the opposite. Because when you're go, 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 you're making mistakes, you're stripping over your feet, you're creating some unwholesome karma, and you got to go back and clean that stuff up later. And you got to deal with the unwholesome karma coming back to you. But if you can actually be more conscious and deliberately making careful decisions, you will make wiser decisions that produce only wholesome results, and you won't have anything to go clean up. So the way that I breathe, like I sometimes use my hands because it's kind of the only way for me to show it to you when I'm online, is that if I'm breathing in, I'm going to come in like this to show you that I'm breathing in, and then I'll go like this to show you that I'm breathing out, right? So here we go. So I don't know if you could see all of that with my hands. Sometimes I do it this way. Um, but it's a really slow breath. And I had to train the body to do this. It's not, no, it's not just like the way I was breathing before I started training my mind. So the more you slow down your breath, it'll slow down your mind. And this will be really helpful for you.
So I think the part that confused me in the past was sort of when it's sort of a nice, natural, consistent, steady breath. Um, I'm, I took that as whatever your natural breath is right now, and not so much focusing on slowing it down. But it sounds like even for breathing mindfulness, you're sort of saying, okay, slow down. Let's make this deeper and slower than just what your current natural breath is.
Yeah. So what I say is develop a nice, natural, steady, consistent breath. Because right now, you're not the only person that's ever confused that. Right now, you're not breathing naturally. Perhaps you might be breathing rapid and shallow, and that's what you're currently doing. But that's not a natural, easy breath. It's not a nice, steady, consistent breath. It's a more rapid and shallow breath. So you'd like to develop this breath. And I needed to do this outside of meditation. I would just sit on my bed and I would sit there with my eyes open and just kind of like breathing and just learn how to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And even that gap in between inhales and exhales, being able to observe that and be comfortable with it, that there wasn't an inhale, there wasn't an exhale. Because I had a little bit of a fear for death when I first started this. And I needed to be comfortable with that little gap and realize I wasn't going to die just because I wasn't breathing. So even observing that gap and then exhaling. And then after I did that for maybe like 5-10 minutes, then I would close my eyes and start meditating, right? And I needed to do that for like a week or two and get my mind and my body used to this new way of breathing. And then even a year or two into it, I was still tweaking the breath because I would find times where I wasn't paying attention to the breath and I was more shallow with my breath. And I was noticing my thoughts were more rapid in meditation during that time frame. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm not breathing well. Let me slow this down. And then as soon as I slowed down the breath, it slowed down the thoughts and the thoughts weren't so rapid anymore.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And then also when I'm meditating, I find like I'm tense in different parts of my body as I'm sort of realizing that. Mm-hmm. And so it is some focus on the breath, but also the body to sort of let that tension go too. Because it still requires some active focus for that, at least right now.
Yeah, if at any point during your meditation you're noticing tension in the body, you can pause. Like if it's loving kindness meditation, you can pause that and then just focus on releasing the tension, because it's something in your mind that your mind's holding on to something. And if you release that, it'll release the tension in the body. If it's a breathing mindfulness meditation, it's pretty, straightforward. You don't have to pause anything because you're just breathing and just focus on the breath. But yeah, you would like to get really good at releasing any tension that the body's holding, because it's all coming from the mind. And when you release that out of the mind, it'll release the tension in the body, because when the mind is tranquil, the body will be tranquil.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Okay, let me see if we have any other questions anywhere. I don't see anything. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just end here by thanking all of you guys for joining. Thank you for your interest to learn and grow and develop on the path. This Sunday, I'm going to be in chapter 4 of our book, Developing a Life Practice, The Path That Leads to Enlightenment. This is titled The Four Noble Truths, Establishing Right View. This is where you can learn the 4 individual statements that are going to help you understand the problem in the mind, the cause of the problem, the elimination of it, and the path forward in a way that you can independently verify and have a real breakthrough to be able to understand what's causing these discontent feelings. And then next Wednesday, I'm going to be starting a 4-part series on Buddhist chanting, helping students to learn Buddhist chanting, and then ultimately combining it together with the meditation. So again, thank you all for joining. Perhaps I'll see you guys in a future class. Be well and take care. Take care. Sawadee-ka.
Thank you again for watching. Enjoy your meditation. Look forward to seeing you online and answering any questions that you might have. Thank you so much.